Hi folks, welcome to Gamers Web. My name's Mark, and in this video I'm going to take a look at the Gurkha Infantry Platoon for bolt action from Warlord Games. This is a brand new set that has just come out, and I was fortunate enough to get some of the models sent to me early, but this is the first chance I've actually had a chance to do anything with them. So let's have a look. So what we get is 30 Gurkhas for the British Commonwealth, and we'll have a quick look here. Okay. So this box contains enough plastic components to make 30 infantry models, a host of options for allow different types of troop, weapon configurations, and command models, plastic bases, and painting and assembly leaflet included. So we've also got all the infantry here. We've got a quick look at some of the things. So you get a flamethrower, you get a Piat, we get the assembly guide, and we get our frame. So I'm just going to quickly open this up and we can have a look what we get inside. Now, as I said, I did get a sprue sent to me by Steff at Warlord Games recently. Thanks very much, Steff. But this is my first chance to actually look at anything. Now, I have assembled those models, and I'll show you them once they're done. But what we're going to do now is just going to open the box and see what we get. Okay, so inside the box we get quite a lot of bits and pieces. Right, we get our assembly instructions and our paint guide, which I'll just leave to one side. Those are assembly instructions, and then paint instructions, and then the sprue breakdown. Not really so much of assembly instructions, more of a painting guide. Then we get plastic Warlord bases, enough for 30 models, and then all the sprues will be identical as far as I'm aware. And this one is packed by Morella. Thank you very much, Morella, as always. Excellent. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sprues, which if my maths, which is not very good, serves me correctly, 5 times 6 is 30. So that's the way I look at it anyway. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the sprue itself. I'll put everything else to one side. It's only going to be a short video. So we get our models. Looking at the frame, we've also got our guide here to the frame. So we've got lots of different heads with bush hats, foliage with helmets, helmets with nets. There's an officer's cap, which I think is that one. In fact, I'm just going to use my I'll use my pen actually, because my pen's quite nice. I like my pen. This is for my other website that I've not finished yet. This is my Lone Gamer UK, which is for my solo thing, including bolt action, which I'll get around to eventually. It's been waiting to be updated for over a year since I bought the domain. Right, so we've got our heads. We also have a officer head. We've got a sniper rifle, which is number 4 Mark 1T sniper rifle. Next to that, we've got a bayonet, which you can fit underneath it, because one thing that the Gurkhas are very good at is close combat. Really good at close combat. We've got a pistol in a holster, which I think is a Webley, is it? It just says holstered pistol. I think it'll be a Webley. Burr heads, so you can field your Gurkhas with burr heads. And then we've got a series of weapons here. So we've got, I think this is a Bren gun, isn't it? Yeah, so it's a Bren LMG. And then we've got the armor that goes with it. There's another, which one's that one? Yeah, so we've got a Bren LMG, which is that one. We've got, this one's just number 14, Lee Enfield. And we've got lots and lots of Lee Enfields and stuff like that on the sprue. We've got arms at rest. We've got arms carrying weapons. We've got a handle in a map. We've got the torsos, which I'll come on to in a moment. We've got the machine gun, which I think is a Sterling, isn't it? No, actually, it's an M1 carbine. It's an M1 carbine. Please forgive me. And then we've got there is a on here somewhere. I can't see because I've got light shining directly in my eyes. We've got a flamethrower at the top. We've got a Piat. So that's the Piat. The flamethrower is here. We've got another Bren gun. More Lee Enfields carrying assault weaponry, and then we got the Shingunto, which is the Japanese sword. A couple of loose weapons. Not loose weapons. Sorry. Weapons just being carried. Lots of webbing backpacks. And the thing that I really like about these is you've got various arms that have actually got the Kukuri in them as well. So there's 1, 2, 3 there, but there's lots of Kukuris actually on the sprue itself. So that's the front. And we'll have a quick turn over and look at the back. Again, great detail because it's a Warlord kit. You can't really expect anything less than excellent from Warlord, to be honest. Okay, so let's just get onto the bodies now. I've got a bit of a bias against one of these models. I don't like the way it is. The rest of them I think are brilliant, but there's one of them I don't like, which I'll point out. Okay, so we've got someone standing, not at attention, but in a standing stance, advancing, kneeling, and then we've got someone who's running forward, and then we've got another one here who's running forward. Now, the one that I don't really like very much is the one that's running forward, which is this one here, because once you assemble the model, as you'll see from the ones I've already assembled, it becomes top heavy, and if you give it any arms apart from maybe the close quarters arms, so like the Kukuri, or even the Shingunto, it looks odd. I don't like it at all, because there's a lot of movement, a lot of motion, but I just think it doesn't look right. Now it could be me, it could be the fact that I've not assembled it correctly, because I did assemble the models long before I got this box, so it could be me. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reposition the camera and we'll have a look and see what the models look like. So I shall be right back. Okay, welcome back. So all the models are assembled. I've primed them with Citadel's Death Guard Green because I'm going to use that as my base. So here's the one that I was on about on the frame that I don't like the look of. He's far too top heavy, he's running forward, and obviously if I'd have given him close combat weapons, he might have looked different, or give him a machine gun, but I don't like this pose at all, to be honest. Then I've got the officer. He's much better. He's reading his map or his order instructions of what he needs to do, and he's armed with his Shingunto, which is the Japanese sword that was wielded by officers during World War II. Obviously this guy's captured one. Really cool, you can make a narrative around these models. I love it. And as you see on his back, he's got his Kukuri on his side there, in its little scabbard. Now this could be a British officer attached, or it could be a Gurkha officer. Right, then I've got my guy with a Bren gun and a pair of field glasses, and again he's got a Kukuri on his back, or on his side I should say, and then we have a guy, he's got his Kukuri in his hand. I really want to make as much use of these as possible. You do actually get a couple of scabbards with them in, which is great. And the guy advancing forward with his rifle, getting Kukuri on the back. And then finally, I've got this guy here with the machine gun. and he's going to get in focus. There we go. Right, I like this one. He's a really nice pose. So I'm going to quickly pause, and I'll give you my final thoughts, and I'll just set them up as a full squad. So I shall be right back. Okay, so that's the entire squad. Once again, thanks very much goes to Steff at Warlord Games for sending out the sample sprue. It's very much appreciated. Thanks, Steff. And thank you for tuning in to watch this video. The models are brilliant. They're really nice, and I've got the starts of a Gurkha army now. The platoon box is it's just one box, but there's lots of other things. So I've got to get my command units, and I've also got to get the heavy weapons and transport and stuff like that. But these are going to be part of my British Commonwealth force fighting against the Empire of Japan in Conflict 47. I've already got Soviets and Americans and British, more or less British normal troops, the robots and the British units. And I've also got massive amount of Germans, and just waiting now for the release of the Empire of Japan, which should be coming very shortly. It's due out this week, along with Invasion America, which is amazing. And then according to the open day news that's filtering through now, because the open day was this weekend, unfortunately I wasn't able to go because Nottingham's a long way from Edinburgh, and I just physically couldn't get down there and get back in the same day. The roadmap's changed slightly. There's a lot more stuff coming out that we didn't think of, and we should hopefully be getting the new Soviet bloc army box coming out very shortly. The starter box that was delayed at Christmas last year, which I'm really looking forward to because those models are great, and there's some new characters as well, and loads of new mechs and stuff, and retool stuff. Right, so that's a quick look. I know I'm talking about Conflict 47 instead of talking about bolt action, but that's a quick look at the Gurkha Infantry Platoon. Big thumbs up from me. If you can see my thumb. No, you can't. It's a big thumbs up. I really enjoyed it. It's a joy to put together, and I can't wait to paint them. So, thank you once again for tuning in to Games Web. I'm Mark, and please look after yourself no matter where you are in the world. And if you get the chance, introduce somebody to gaming, because you'll always have somebody to game with. Until next time, take care, and bye.